Yo, what's up YouTube? Back for another one. Today's topic is super important. Talking about money. Talking about your income, your expenses, and your incremental income, as Grant Cardone likes to say. So we all have income, we all have jobs, we all have things that we have to do when we wake up to go and make money to pay the bills. We all have expenses. We all have living expenses, car expenses, food expenses, yada yada yada, and so forth. It doesn't matter what job you're working. You could be making $8.50 an hour, you could be making $10 an hour, you could be making $15 an hour. Whatever it is you're making, you need to be taking out the calculator on your phone right now and figuring out how much money you're making per day, per week, and per month. Now the next thing you need to do is you need to figure out your immediate expenses for every single month. And once you have that figured out, divide it down into weeks and then days. That way you know how much expenses your living expenses are every single day, week, and month. So the key point here is to keep the expenses low, first of all, as low as you can. Because the less expenses that we have, the more money that we have access to using in other ways that can then make us more money and make us financially free to live our life the way that we want to. So if there's anything that you can do to clear up expenses on living, if you have a fancy car and you need to downgrade, then so be it. If you're buying expensive food and you need to buy great value for a little bit, so be it. Cut down your expenses as much as possible. The next step that you need to look at, especially if you're not making that much money right now, is maybe considering switching a job into a place that's giving you more income. If you're making $8.50 an hour right now, it's going to be a lot harder for you to save up your money than it would be for somebody making $15 an hour. It's just simple math. So if you're working a job right now that you don't feel is giving you the correct amount of pay, then you definitely need to do something about that and get paid what you deserve. So you're going to look at your expenses, cut that out. You're going to look at your income. You're going to add that up so that you know how much income you have versus expenses. And then what you need to do is you need to make a financial plan. Set yourself a goal. Ask yourself, how much money do I need to have saved up to where my life would start to be different? What amount of money would I need to where I believe I could make a difference in my life, about things in my life? Figure out that number, whatever it is for you. For some people, it's $10,000. Their life would be completely changed. For other people, they need more. They need $30,000, $40,000. What I want you to do is find that number, write that number down. Put it on a piece of paper, keep it in your pocket if you have to. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your prize in your mind, right? So that you can attract it to you because you're focusing on that goal. So find your number, and then I want you to do the math. How much you're making minus your expenses, and just cut all the crap. Start saving your money, start figuring out how long it's going to take, start coming up with a game plan. Most people are going through life just making money, spending money randomly. They don't know how much money they're making exactly. They don't know how much money they're spending exactly. And they wonder why, when they look at their bank account, it doesn't have any money in it. That's because you have to do math. You have to figure out how much money you're making versus how much money you're spending realistically. And you also have to look at how much you're saving. Because how can you expect to make a lot of money if you never save up a lot of money? You have to save up a lot of money, right? You have incremental income, a lot of money, small checks coming together. You save that up, a great amount of wealth, and then you take that money and you put it into a larger investment. And then when that investment goes through and it goes through well, that's when the multiplication happens. But you're not going to take your $20 that you have in your savings account and turn that into $100,000. It's just not realistic. You got to have a good fat amount of money. You got to have $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 saved up before you can make a significant investment that's going to multiply enough for you to make a difference in your life. So you have to start adding math together. You have to start looking at the money that's going through your hands in life and ask yourself, what am I going to do with this? And how much do I need to have before I do anything with it? Start making up your financial plan. Ask yourself, is the job I'm working right now currently serving me for the plan that I have for the next year or two? Where do I want to be a year or two from now? Okay, well, I want to have this much money and I want to be doing this and living this type of lifestyle. Maybe you want to move somewhere different. Get creative in your mind and figure out where you want to be a year or two from now, and ask yourself, is what I'm doing for money right now helping me get to that place? Is expenses for me to save up, put it into an investment, and turn that into something? So you have to ask yourself these questions and really figure out mathematically where you're at, where you're going, and how long it's going to take you to get there. Because when you figure it out and you do the math and you add it all up, it gives you hope, it gives you faith, it gives you motivation to keep pushing forward on shitty days to where you don't want to do anything.